Hey, what's going on guys? It's me, Aiden. Welcome back to another video. Now, we've got a lot of Dearest family news, but before we get into that, we actually have the synopsis for Glaciator 2, so we're gonna talk about that first. Now, that synopsis is Ladybug and Cat Noir face Glaciator again, who is convinced that the superheroes are in love. When a facetious Cat Noir agrees with him, Ladybug reminds him that they cannot be together, and that his insistence is becoming a real nuisance. Once they've defeated the supervillain, Cat Noir starts doing some serious soul searching. As he looks for a way to stop annoying his lady with his feelings, Cat Noir bumps into Marinette, who herself is looking for someone to help her rehearse telling how she feels to the boy she secretly loves. Yes, tongue twister there. So this is basically just Glaciator 2. Like, again, I mean, obviously it's called Glaciator 2, but like, we're getting the Mari chat in Glaciator again. So like, this is the Mari chat episode, everybody, for the season. So all those Mari chat fans out there are definitely gonna be liking this episode. Alright, so moving on to Dearest family, let's go ahead and first talk about the date, because we actually have two dates. So the first date is on Gloob, no real surprise there, and that's going to be coming out this upcoming Tuesday, so just in like 2 or 3 days here, on October 19th at their usual time, 7:30 p.m. Brazil time, or if you're in EST like I am, 6:30 p.m. EST, so you know, their typical Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. So no real surprise there. They also released a trailer to go along with it, but we'll talk about that here in a minute. Now, the second date is actually the English dub date, which is coming out, you know, still later this week, so in a few days after that, and that is on October 23rd. So we don't really have to wait that long for the English date, so, you know, if you can avoid the spoilers that are gonna come after the first, you know, 5 days or whatever, then you may want to wait for the English date because it's not that far away. So, you know, that's coming to Disney Channel USA, obviously in the United States, in English on October 23rd at 10 a.m. EST. So there are the two dates for you. It's rare that we see the episodes back to back as far as like the initial release and then obviously in English, but it's nice to see that. Now, earlier today, we did get a synopsis for Dearest family, so let's go ahead and talk about that one. Galette Day is eventful for Marinette, Tikki is acting very strange, and 4 supervillains show up. Ladybug wants to establish herself as Queen of the Day. A very interesting synopsis, if I do say so myself. So let's just sort of break this down. Galette Day, that's probably, you know, a galette is sort of like a French pastry kind of thing. So, you know, we can assume that the day that this is occurring on is like a galette day where they just share galettes, and we'll talk about that more into the promo. Tikki is acting very strange. We sort of like knew that from the script that was released from Gloob. 4 supervillains show up. We'll talk about that here in a bit. And Ladybug wants to establish herself as Queen of the Day. Not really sure what that's supposed to mean, but I don't know. It's something there. So with that, let's go ahead and talk about the promos. Links will be down in the description below if you want to see them, because I cannot play them here. So definitely go check that out before continuing. Now, I do want to say before I actually talk about the promos, Gloob's promo actually kind of sucks because it gives us like the entire episode. Gloob, if it was a meme, it would be like, how much of the episode do you want to show? And then Gloob would be yes. That would be the meme. So anyway, just want to say that Gloob is definitely giving us like the entire episode in their promo. So thanks, Gloob. Alright, so actually talking about the promos now, first thing that we saw was Shadow Moth creating a new powerful Akuma, I guess. Now, the reason why I say that is because it looks like he's sort of like putting in more power into the Akuma, you know? That's sort of what I was getting from that. Now, somehow, Shadow Moth has a magical charm, like, you know, the ones that Ladybug hands out. So, could this be from Gabriel Agreste? Like, you know, the 8th or the 9th episode? You know that one? Actually, we have a date for that. That's coming out later this month or next month? I think it's next month. So it could be from that episode where, you know, Gabriel was akumatized or Sentimonster or whatever, and Ladybug was like, here you go, now you're not gonna be akumatized. So then Shadow Moth has just saved this, you know, and then I guess he just waited a while to do anything with it, but that could be where it's from. He could have stolen it from somebody else, I don't know. But anyway, regardless, he has one of those magical charms. Now what he does is he takes this new powerful Akuma or whatever that is, and he tries to break through the charm. And what he found is that the new powerful one was more powerful than the magic charm, and he was actually able to break that. Which means that he is now able to akumatize people who have the charms. So the charms are effectively useless at this point. Now, like the synopsis for this episode said, it is Galette Day, which I guess from what we saw in the trailers means that, Marinette and her family and all that come together and bake some galettes and hand them out. Well, when she goes to school, she hands them out and all that stuff. Yay. And then when they make the galette, at least the family, they look into the oven and they're like, oh my gosh, it's shining. Oh, it's so cool. Like, I don't know what that was about, but something was going on there. And Tikki saw or smelled the little scent thing, the scent trail, and she was like, oh my gosh. Because, obviously from that that script that we got a few months ago, we learned that this was the episode where she goes crazy. And I guess we saw like a small little clip from Tifo. So Tikki is, going crazy trying to, get the galettes, and no matter the cost. Now we jump to seeing the 4 akumatized villains, all previous ones that we have actually seen. Now to us, this is the first time that we see Killin. Technically, this should be the second time because this is the 21st episode. Dearest Family is officially the 21st episode. Killin is the 20th episode, which means that technically had this been aired in order, we would have gotten the introduction to Killin. Now, why is this important? Well, as we know, in this season, none of the other, like her grandma or her grandfather hasn't been, well, actually he was. So anyway, Marinette's father and grandmother have not been akumatized this season, which means that they have not received charms. However, technically, since Killin was the previous episode, she should have been given a charm, and her grandfather was given a charm in Simple Man. So in order for Hawkmoth to akumatize them, he would have to have a more powerful Akuma, which is why he was experimenting with it earlier in this episode. So that's why that was important, and why that's, relevant to this episode, is because 2 of the people that he's trying to akumatize here have charms, which would mean that if he wants to akumatize all of them, he would have to, break through that charm. So that's sort of the relevance of that. Now next is this really weird thing. So, Tikki is, Marinette has, Tikki and some galettes, I guess. And then I'm sort of going based off of these scripts for a little bit more context here. So Tikki was like, oh my gosh, sorry Marinette, I couldn't help myself eating some galettes. And then Marinette's like, I need you to help defeat, my family, because they've all been akumatized. And then Tikki was like, but I gotta finish this galette. And then she goes crazy. And then we see, this big flash of light, and there's like some sort of human there. So is that Tikki's human form that we see there? Because that's pretty crazy. I don't know. In the script, she says spots on, which, I don't know, human form coming somewhere? I don't know. But we did see some sort of human form in her little burst of power there. So I don't know, maybe the Kwamis are secretly, or they secretly have a human form that we just haven't tapped into yet or something. I don't know. But I thought that was pretty cool. And then basically that leads us up to the giant galette that we see. And obviously, it covers the whole sky and all that stuff. And then Cat Noir comes in with his spacesuit and then goes, woo, pushes it out into the stratosphere. So, yes, that was basically everything I had written down for this episode. So that's actually pretty much all we know about Dearest Family. Obviously, there was some scripts that went into a little bit more detail, but, we've sort of talked about those when they came out a few months ago now, I guess. So this is everything new as far as trailers and dates and synopsises and stuff like that. So if you enjoyed, you can leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.